Hello everybody, welcome back to Hannah's Decodes. I'm Hannah, hope you've all been well the past week. Today I thought I'd start off with a little tuning in with Source Creator I did on the 24th of October. And I just thought I'd share that with you guys, and then I thought maybe we'd do a quick meditation and tuning in to Source Creator God and just ask some questions again, because I think I've said this before, but I think it's the time to really tune into our higher selves and strengthen our intuition, and yeah, just do that is really important, because I think we need it with all the stuff that's going on in the world. So I think it's sort of really valuable and really needed. So I'll read you quickly what I got the other day. So I asked Creator just for some information, something that would be beneficial for me, and I often get that's beneficial for me is beneficial for everyone. And I was in the national park, so it's a really beautiful setting, and the sun was shining, I think, and it was lovely. So I get this a little bit. I think last week I got, or the week before, just be, and that's something I get quite frequently when I tune in. And this is another thing I get quite frequently when I tune in: be kind to yourself. And rest in all ways. Make time for all kinds of nourishment. And for example, the national park I was in, and other nourishment, of course, like food, sunshine, things that give you joy. It says here, look at the sun. So much information and healing is within the sun. And stand in your light. And I said, why do this? And the reply was, it's preparing to hold the great light. I said, what is the great light? It's our soul awakening to all aspects of itself. And I asked, what does that mean? Your physical and light body, the answer, your physical and light body is about to hold a lot more light, which equals wisdom, information. To allow this transition, your vessel needs to be as clear and clean as possible, and all the above helps. So I thought that was quite nice, quite helpful and practical. Just and nice to share. And I think there's so many people that are just sort of burning the wick at both ends, as they say. So we just, it's a reminder just to do that, a little bit of I don't know if the words work, but participating in that expansion of ourselves, that our soul essence, and getting to. I almost think our soul is so expansive, but it's recognizing how expansive it is and stretching out in that space, which is information and light and all that kind of stuff. So let's get comfortable, and I'll talk you briefly for those who haven't done a meditation with me. So I think of a meditation as a little bit like a prayer / meditation, and within that I will also ask a question, and because I'm on here, I'll ask something that benefits us all, that would be quite beneficial for all of us. So get comfortable, sitting with your feet flat on the floor and your hands in your lap, or the mudra. Mudra are hand positions that circulate energy around your body in different ways. So this is the prayer position. You could go like that, which is another prayer position, and your energy sort of goes through your hands and gives. It feels powerful. I'm trying to find the words. How does it feel? It feels like you're stoking up the fire on a steam train or something, like it's really stoking you up with energy. But gentle energy, not so much like a fire, like it's a gentle, it's like a force. Yeah, a force. So, and if your intentions are positive, then you're kind of firing up your whole being with that energy. Okay, so feet on the floor, hands face up on your lap or in the prayer mudra position. And some people do other positions. It's just experiment to see what works for you. And what else? Yeah, and relax. And we'll just take, I'll talk you through it. Relaxing and just imagining and taking your intentions down below your feet where there's a beautiful ball of light, maybe the size of a basketball, and gently breathing all the way up to a ball of light above your head. So these are two kind of energy centers below your feet and above your head. And then breathing down, and you breathe the energy down through your hands or see it spreading out through your middle. And this is my version of quantum touch kind of breathing technique so check them out because they do it a little probably differently to me, but it's a really great way of expanding your energy. And you do, so imagine put your intention down to the ball of light beneath your feet. And as you breathe in, you can count to 4, or I sometimes go love, 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 love up to here. And then love, love, love out through your arms or out through your middle. So the intention is to kind of be breathing in the love and expanding it out. And after a couple of minutes of doing this, we'll tune into your heart center and ask a question to your higher self, God, our creator, and listen for answers. And we'll talk about it after. I'll share mine. Okay, if you'd like to continue on with the meditation, just pause here and then you can play the rest of the video when you're done. So I have to write down what I get, otherwise I'll forget and I'll just be stumbling my way along. So I wrote down what I got and I asked Creator, God, Source. I was thinking, should I just call all of the above Spirit? I don't know, it just seems to, I just want to be inclusive with everyone about this type of tuning in, and because some people don't feel comfortable with the title of God, but it's all the same thing, higher self, God. It's all connected. So because we're connected to God and our higher self and the universal creator. So it's all, I see it just almost like this energy connection, and it's just perhaps practicing and making that connection stronger. And I think the more you practice, the more confident you become with the answers. And I think I've mentioned in previous videos, but I'll keep talking about it. When I ask questions, I take my intention down into my heart center, which seems to kind of eliminate a lot of my ego chatter, sort of, interfering with responses and the conversation I have with my higher self, God self. And I quite like the word God self, but that might turn a whole lot of people off as well. So anyway, I got, and it's funny how I've been contemplating this a little bit anyway. I asked what would be some information that would benefit the viewers and myself. And I received the answer, just how important it is to have that curiosity about our world, and within that to experiment and find joy in that, that in our world again. And that made me think of little children who really just just love, if you're cooking, they want to cook, but it becomes a huge mess and stuff, but it's still fun, and they just have that absolute kind of fascination and focus on what they're doing. And I think that unfortunately I think we really lose that in school. And I can remember sending my 3 kids to school, and in Australia we have kindergarten, and they do a lot of colouring in early years of school, and that's to train kids to sit still, which is unfortunate. I mean, I think kids should, all kids learn from movement and exploration, and they retain information if they're learning visually and with action. So, sorry, that was a bit sidetracked. Yeah, so that curiosity. And he went on to say, be inventive about turning negative to positive. And I think when we're in that sort of negative situation, you constantly have to come back and focus into your heart center and really, I think for me, evaluate what's really important and focus on that importance. And it also, they also said, ask for help. And that's another thing. I was feeling kind of quite negative the other day, and it just went on and on and on. And I just thought, is this me? Sometimes you think you're just picking up on the energy waves or frequencies of mass consciousness. I don't know, or perhaps it's a particular entity that's interfering with your energy field. And the other night, I went to bed and I said, okay, it guides high self, God, my God self, creator of all that is. I would like assistance and help to clear all this negative energy in my field. And I could feel it immediately. And even if you don't feel it, just have a level of trust that it's happening. And because I know some people just don't feel things, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different experience. And the other thing I got was see a map of where you'd like to one day be, and visualize the emotions you'd like to have on the way. And I thought that was quite nice, because sometimes we have a goal we'd like to achieve and we put all these kind of, if I do this, if I do that, if I work over here and I do this and I sell this, and all the shenanigans that go on with a goal. I thought that was really nice, just that I got a little visual thing of drawing a map with a road, and you could almost plot here. I'd like to be, for me it's kind of in nature, sitting in the sunshine, enjoying friends and family, and here I'd like to be experiencing something else, and just perhaps investigate all the branches of joy, and that could be different for everyone. Love and joy, you could experience, look at all those sort of different branches and the emotions that involves. See a map where you'd like to be, and visualize emotions you'd like to have on the way. And the last thing I got was tune in, tune in, tune in. So just keep tuning in. I think that's a good thing to do. Oh, bugger. Oh, sorry. We're still going. I thought it's suddenly all gone really dark here. Don't know what's happened to my phone. Anyway, I think that's it. Are you guys still here? I hope so. Anyway, if you'd like to, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye. See you next week.